Welcome, folks. So, this is the summary of taxation rules as applicable upon stock market transactions, which we'll be discussing in this blog. For better understanding of taxation rules, a individual either he will be considered as trader or as an investor, and taxation rules will be applicable upon him or her accordingly. In my previous video, that is part 1 of income tax rules on a stock market, I have discussed who will be considered as trader and who will be considered as investor. If you have not yet watched that video, please do watch it. It will give you idea how to identify yourself as a trader or an investor. Let's have a quick recap of earlier discussion. A trader is a person whose intention is to earn more and more profit by purchase and sale. Their investment will be for shorter period and their number of transactions will be very high. On the other hand, an investor is a person whose intention is to park surplus money in a stock market for better return. Intention of investor is to earn dividend and interest income. Period of holding of a investor will be a higher side. He will hold the instruments for longer period. So for taxation rules, you have to identify your trading activity either as a trader and as an investor. So you need to identify yourself either as a trader and as an investor, and accordingly we will move for taxation rules. Taxation rules for a trader. Stock market transactions of a trader will be considered as business activity, and similar to other business, a trader is also required to prepare books of accounts, trading and profit and loss account, get the audit done if needed. So these are the requirements for a trader. Apart from this, his trading activity will be disclosed under the head profit and gains of business and profession of the ITR, and his income will be taxable at normal slab rate. He will be eligible to claim security transaction tax expenses paid on the trading activity. Investment of a trader in a stock market will be shown as a stock in trade in the balance sheet. From the chart, it is clear that trading activity of a trader will be further divided into two categories. One is speculative income or loss, second is non-speculative income and loss. Non-delivery based transactions like intraday activity of a trader will be categorized as speculative business, and on the other hand, all the delivery based transactions, either trading in equity, stock, debt, mutual fund, etc., of these things will be categorized as non-speculative business, and transactions of future and options derivatives will also be part of non-speculative income. Now we'll discuss how a speculative and non-speculative business income or loss will be dealt in taxation rules. Here, one point to note that if there are very few intraday transactions you have done, then you are not needed to prepare books of accounts and get the audit done and consider it as a business income. You have an option to show this activity under the head of income from other sources of the ITR form. So in that case, you will be filing ITR 2 if this is the only transaction. Let's discuss taxation rules of non-speculative trading activity. Derivatives in stock, commodity, currency are non-speculative in nature because future and options are made for the purpose of hedging. It is not designed to earn money by trading of it. It will always be taxable at your slab rate. Apart from derivative transactions, all other non-speculative transactions will fall into this category, and the general rules which we have already discussed will apply to them also. Now let's talk about taxation rules for a investor. There would be either short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain or loss to the investor, which will become taxable at the time of selling the instrument. These are the general rules as applicable upon investor. Investment in a stock market will always be treated as capital asset. Profit and loss on sale of investment will result into either short-term capital loss or long-term capital gain or loss. Income from the trading activity of an investor will be taxable at special rates. Yes, there are slab rate for traders, but in case of investor there are fixed rate, just like 10%, 15% and 20%, which we will discuss later. A investor cannot claim for the security transaction tax which he has paid at the time of trading, whereas brokerage and all other charges including exchange charge, SEBI charge, stamp duty, service tax, GST. So, whatever you have paid at the time of buying or selling of shares or stock on the exchange can be added to the cost of the share, which will help you to reduce your tax liability. A investor will always show investment in stock market under the head of investment of the balance sheet. In case of trader, we show the investment under the head stock and trade, and here we will show as a investment. First we will discuss long term capital gain from stock market and what taxation rules are applicable on long term capital gain or loss. If you are trading in stock, equity or equity oriented mutual fund via a stock exchange and your period of holding of the instrument is more than 1 year, upon sale of that instrument it will result into long term capital gain which will be taxable at the rate of 10% flat. But it is to be noted that up to 1 lakh rupees of long term capital gain there is no tax liability, and if you have more than 1 lakh of long term capital gain then only you are required to pay 10% tax upon it, and 10% is applicable only for equity oriented mutual funds, equity and stocks. For other instruments there are other rates. If you are trading in stocks and equity of market transfer, you are not doing activity on the stock exchange, in that case period of holding is more than 1 year, then it will be long term capital gain or loss, and at that time it will be taxable at the rate of 20% flat. In case of debt fund and debt mutual fund, for being a long term capital gain or loss, period of holding is to be more than 3 years, and at the time of sale that will be taxable at the rate of 20% flat, and in this case you will get the benefit of indexation while calculating your capital gain. Now let's talk about income tax on stock market transactions, short term capital gain for investor. If you are trading in stocks, equity or equity oriented mutual funds via stock market and your period of holding is up to 1 year, not beyond 1 year, then it will be long term capital gain. Up to 1 year, then it will turn into short term capital gain. That short term capital gain will be taxable at the rate of 15% flat. If you are dealing in stocks and equity but off the market, that time your period of holding will be up to 1 year, then it will be short term capital gain or loss, and that will be taxable at your slab rate. Not, there is no fixed rate if you are trading outside the market. In case of a debt or a debt mutual fund, period of holding should be up to 3 years for being it as a short term capital gain or loss, and that gain or loss will also be taxable as per your slab rate. This chart is the gist of all the discussion. This blog is available on my website taxdesign.in. You may come here and visit it anytime. For your reference purpose, I have dropped the link of the blog and the description box. You may refer to it. If you have any query or doubt, please let me know. I will try to resolve all your queries and doubts. My further videos are in pipeline, so stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.